So what does it mean to be body positive? I know you talk about this a lot on your page.
Body positivity has really turned into this term that's very much like all encompassing. It has definitely different origins than the way that I use it now. But what I really think it means is just to be kind to yourself and to be kind to other people too. This idea that we should all be trying to stay looking like a 20, not even stay, even get to this 20-year-old blonde tan beach body is so harmful and so ridiculous and not attainable for so many people. And so what I think it means is just being okay with that. There's nothing wrong with you. These messages about health and weight are very flawed.
And I have to say, I love like the evolution of Instagram, because I feel like when it first came out, it was all like models, like you're talking about, like super thin abs, like, oh, I just had a baby and look at me, and now it's like, I think we're seeing more real stuff on Instagram and more, empowering pages. But what advice would you have for someone that, still gets really like affected by, seeing those models or ideal images on Instagram?
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. I think that's a really good question. And I know that so many people struggle with that because Instagram still is one of those platforms, even though it has evolved a lot, it still is one of those platforms where it is very heavily filtered. It's at a perfect angle. There are a million apps now where you can take that cellulite away. You can take the wrinkles off your face. And so it becomes so dangerous because then you start comparing yourself to an image that isn't even real. So it's like, you can compare yourself to somebody who has a smaller body, but then to compare yourself to things that aren't even reality. I mean, gosh, how dangerous is that? I think it is so empowering to just unfollow, just stop. And if it's something where it's like a friend of yours or you feel like you can't unfollow, you have to mute it or you have to turn it off. Because once you can get away from so many of those messages, you can really tell how it affects your mindset to follow people who are more body positive or, body accepting, and talk a lot about food freedom and stopping this whole harmful dieting cycle. I think people can notice that like right away, like, oh, I feel better about myself just from that one thing.
I think it's good that you brought up those different apps now that people use to like morph themselves. I didn't even know that was a thing until I was listening to like another podcast and they were talking about apps that you can literally like how they'll like suck in your waist and they'll smooth out your skin. And I'm just like, I think it's so damaging, like not only to women, but like to the younger generation that's on Instagram now and growing up thinking that's, normal or attainable.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's sometimes why it can be so dangerous to spend a lot of time online. Like, I know we're all trapped in our houses to some extent right now. So being able to just like turn that off and not get so enmeshed in it, I just think is so important because there are so many apps and there are so many images on there that are just not real.